one of Australia's most haunting child abductions. A predator confessed, but the truth is still missing. On a crisp winter afternoon in 1986, 9-year-old Samantha Knight vanished from the streets of Bondi, a seaside suburb in Sydney, Australia. It was August 19th, and Samantha had just returned home from school to her mother's flat on Imperial Avenue. Later that day, she was seen at a local news agency purchasing a pencil and some lollies. When her mother, Tess Knight, arrived home from work, it was unusually quiet. A half-eaten snack was on the kitchen bench, the only sign the little girl had returned from school. Tess wasn't immediately concerned, because Samantha often visited friends who lived in the same building. But when neighbors told Tess they hadn't seen the little girl that afternoon and family and friends also had no idea where she was, panic set in. With no other possible places to search for her daughter, Tess called the police and kick-started one of the biggest searches in the state's history. Pictures of the young schoolgirl with her blonde hair and infectious smile were plastered on power poles and shop windows across the city. Media outlets around the country went into overdrive as the search intensified. With no solid leads or arrests, and with not a clue as to what had happened to Sam, the case eventually started to go cold. It would be 16 long years before the horrible facts of what happened that evening would finally be revealed. Michael Guider was in prison serving 16 years for sexually abusing 11 children on Sydney's northern beaches, drugging them and taking photos of them when they passed out. Guider would befriend their vulnerable mothers, most of whom he had come across, while he was a gardener at Royal North Shore Hospital. He would insert himself into their lives, eventually offering to babysit their kids while they went out. When police finally arrested him, they found thousands of images of girls and 2 boys he had taken without their knowledge. The convicted pedophile admitted to another prisoner that he had snatched her from Bondi and drugged her. He had planned to take photos of her, but when he returned from a quick trip to the shops, she was dead on his lounge. Guider said he panicked and buried her body somewhere before later moving it to a garbage dump. He eventually pleaded guilty to manslaughter, but has never revealed the true location of Samantha's body. On the 29th of September 2022, Guider was arrested and subsequently sentenced to 3 years imprisonment for accessing and possessing material involving child abuse pornography. Guider died at the Prince of Wales Hospital, Randwick, on the 7th of September 2024. He died without revealing where he had buried Samantha Knight.